Hey guys, this is Belinda, and today I'm going to do a walkthrough video of how to put together the set one on the first page of my scrapbooking, signature scrapbooking kit that's now in Etsy. The first thing I wanted to point out on all of your pages, they're going to be numbered. I cut these off and I saved them to show you. Like when you click on the folder that says journal page 1, everything in there is going to be set 1 page 1, set 1 page 2, set 1 page 3. That way you know what set you're looking for something, and I'll explain why I did that now. What you're going to do is you're going to make, let me move these. First of all, these are all the elements that are in or on those 3 pages, and you're going to cut those out. You're also going to go to set 3 page 2, and you're going to cut out these 4 little tags and these 2 elements. We're going to be using these in the construction of this page. Now on this page, in the set 1, on one of the pages, you're going to have this little tag. You're not going to use it for this set, but don't throw that away. When you cut it out, just put it in a little envelope and set it to the side, because you're going to be using that on page 4 assembly. Okay? I hope that makes sense. It's really a lot simpler than it sounds. Now, I'll tell you, I went ahead and cut everything out, inked around all of my edges on my pieces, and if anything needed to be scored for folding, I went ahead and did that in saving time. And another thing I did, you get 4 little sort of eyelet images. I glued 2 on top of each other, inked them up really grungy, and poked a hole through the center. So these are too thick. You get those 4 on your first page, okay? That's all I did. All right, the first thing we're gonna do to start is I'm gonna take this page and fold it in half, okay? And burnish. I always burnish because things lay better. You don't have to have a bone folder to burnish. You can use an old credit card and it will do just fine. All right, now let's go ahead and get the little flaps that look like this. There are 2 of them, and they will face each other. And you can go back and look through the flip through video where I posted information about this kit and I showed the complete flip through. I'll link that. I'll try to remember. If I don't remember, mention it and I'll do it. I'll post the link to that first video so that you can watch. And my little pockets, I want to burnish the little tabs on my little pockets also. I'm trying to stay in frame, hoping I do that. Okay. I don't have a really large work area here, so kind of on top of myself. There we go. And then I think that's all. Oh, you're going to get 2 of these and you'll only use 1. These are like little whale tail tabs. Just cut it out very carefully, fold it in half. If you see any white showing, use your scissors and trim that so that it won't show when you use it, and just ink around all the edges, okay? You're gonna need that. All right, now, we need the base. You get 2 black pieces in the first kit. One is a more gray, and one is really black and small. You need the larger gray one. And what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be attaching the doors to this, like this. If you'll notice, there's a little headspace up here with the black, and I did that intentionally so that you have a little wiggle room in case you cut something out crooked, in case you don't have a paper cutter and you're doing it by hand. That gives you a little wiggle, okay? I use Fabri-Tac. I'm gonna come right on the inside, and by the way, I inked on the inside of everything too, because these are gonna flap open and we don't want them to show stark white. All right, now on this side, I just butt it up against there and line it up with that bottom. And if you can see that, it's lined up right there, okay? Right on the fold, and just burnish, okay? Same thing on this side. A little glue on the flap. Just a little, okay? Sometimes I get crazy with the glue, y'all know that. Line it up at the bottom, just like I did on the other side, and make sure it's against paper, and burnish. Okay, and now you can take your scissors and come back and just trim that excess black off the top, okay? You've got a perfect fit. It's not much, but it's just enough so if you make an error, like I said, you're covered, all right? The next thing I want to do is we're going to go inside, and on all of these papers, this time when I printed, I used the sort of dotted office paper background. You don't have to. It prints in portrait view like that, so your lines are going to be sideways. I did that on the backs of these flaps and folders. Well, I did it on all of them in this set, but you can mix and match with the graph paper. But I did this intentionally to use the lines for guidance. And I'm going to come right here to this line, center this little pocket, just like that, okay? Now, get a little more glue and put it on the little tabs of this pocket. And be sure when you fold these, you know, to ink around this part that's visible there with your, I use walnut stain. Lots of people use different colors, but all right. And now I'm going to burnish these down to make sure they grab, okay? Now your tags, when you cut them out, they're going to look like this. I poked my holes out, and I did not, but because I didn't have I left a little white, just grunge it up with your ink like that. No biggie, okay? You're going to need some string, and this is the string that I use. You don't have to have the string, but I just think it looks really cool. This is crochet string from Walmart. It's back there by the yarn and thread. It's what they use to crochet lace. It's like tatting string, very inexpensive. $3 a roll, and you have enough that'll last you forever. All right, I fold my string in half and get my little loop end, okay? Poke it through the hole. My fingers don't want to work ever. That's why I went ahead and did some of this ahead of time, okay? Make it big enough for you to work with there, and just pull it. And then I do one more little tie there. I separate those strings and tie down, okay? And that's my tag, like that, with the string on it. Okay, my other piece of string, here it is. Almost lost it. Gonna go through the hole, like this, just like we did on the other one. Try to leave the loop large enough for you to grab the ends there to pull, and then tie off again to give it one more good little oomph so your string doesn't come off of your tab. I hate when that happens. I do. That's why I'm showing you this, all right? I get my scissors and I like to keep these strings kind of short because they'll flop out of the pocket if we don't. And I'll show you what I mean in just a minute, okay? Those are your two tabs all stringed up. Sorry, I got a mess here. All right, it would help, I think. Well, no, I can't. I put it up. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. All right, to decorate the tags, you're gonna be using 2 of these as little tuck tags, but you're gonna need the red 5-cent piece, and you're gonna need, I call it the baby envelope. It looks like it has stamps on it there. Can you see that one? Hopefully. All right, what I do is on opposite sides, I put these like this. And to make them have a little tuck spot on front, I just line it up with the edge, and I get my stapler. You can use a stapler. You can use your sewing machine to sew. That looks really good too. But if you're in a hurry, the stapler works wonders on anything with office or business type paper. It just fits perfectly, okay? And then you have this, and then you have this. Do you see what I mean? By now you have little tucks on your tags. Let me sit those there for right now. And then take the other 2 like this, and we're gonna make some little journaling spots at the top of the page with just a little glue, not too much. And I just kind of put it on that line. I line the bottom line of the tag up with that line across there. And you'll see when you start to assemble the kit what I mean by where your lines are and everything. And it's not that big a deal if you're not exact. It's your journal. You do it like you want to. It's your signature cover. You don't even have to put it together like this. You could come up with something completely new. That's up to you. okay? Now we're gonna lay down the photos where you would put photos, because like I said in the first video, this is for scrapbooking. You can use family photos. You can use vintage photos that you printed out or bought offline that you would normally use in a journal that you're making for yourself or to sell. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. That's photo 1. This is, I'm trying not to go crazy with the glue. I did a video yesterday, that's why I'm a day late, and just totally went crazy with the glue. It took it forever to dry, and then when I went back over the video, it was in slow motion that I couldn't fix because I needed an update on my phone. Sorry, that's why this is a day late. But you want these 2 little green tags now, and these are going to be additional little journaling spots. For those of you that do scrapbook, you know that places to journal about your photos that you have in your book are important. And you also know that scrapbooking photos are usually like 4x6 or much larger. I scaled everything to fit in a regular size junk journal. So, okay, and that's just a simple little layout like that in there. Now what we want to do, I see where I missed some glue here a little bit. Now what we want to do is to put the tie, the string tie closure. And this is really fairly simple, believe it or not, okay? I like for this side to be on top. And I'm going to use, since this is kind of centered, there is a little white line right there between these 2 tags, okay? I'm gonna use that for reference. And I'm not even, yeah, let me grab a pen and I'll show you how easy it'll be. Sorry. Okay, I have a pen. What I'm going to do is kind of look, I think I want it like right there. Not all the way back at this intersection. So I'm gonna take my awl and on that little, hold this up, put your fingers out of the way and just poke and make a little hole there, okay? Then I'm gonna take one of these and you need a little brad to put it through, poke it in the hole, and then we're gonna open it up. I run mine up and down, okay? Now, ooh, I'm probably gonna wish I put my pocket down on that bottom line, but I'll show you why in a minute. It's okay. Yeah, they're down. I'll leave them. It's okay. I'll show you because we're gonna cover that brad. All right, now, take your book and flip it like this, all right? And fold it down like from the inside. There's your brad that you did. You don't want to put it here because then it's not extended over on the other page. You need enough room. You want some string to extend. So I'm gonna go about right here, and I'm using these dots as a reference, okay? Again, the dots that are on the paper. I make me one and do that. And then when I flip it back, see there's enough space between there, okay? Really easy little trick. I hope that makes sense. And if not, just ask me you can ask me a question down below. I'll be happy to help you in any way that I can. Y'all know that, okay? Yeah, I'm really gonna wish I had moved that pocket down. I meant to put it here on the bottom line. I'm just trying to hurry, I'm sorry. Because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take these 2, the mustard color and the copyright label, and we're gonna cover these up. And see, you would put it here and your pocket would be down lower. Let me see if I can get that up. I can, look at me. Okay, and you'll just have to ignore that because you saw me do a boo-boo on camera. Okay, there, and you'll see the difference, what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna move this down to that line, okay? That gives me some more headspace. And look, if you're a vintage, grungy journal maker, look how easy that is to fix. Ta-da! All right, now you'll be able to see more what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can get this up. I can. This is why I didn't gob glue, so in case I boo-booed. And I did. Sorry, it's in a hurry. All right, now, just gonna glue again. See, all of us make mistakes. Even me, this is my kit. I designed it. I know where it goes, and I still made a mistake. not paying attention. So watch this video first before you begin to assemble the page. When you put tags in, you really want to see that. I'll show you. All right, now we have the head right. Put some glue on this little mustard color tag here, and you're gonna kind of center it. And in doing that, you're gonna cover that brad. See it? That's why I wanted that headspace out of that pocket, so that I'm not right on top of the pocket doing this. Same thing over here. And it's just a little something extra on the page. It helps if you mash your brads down first. Those little prongs, there we go. See, now they're flat. All right, then you can take your tags. They go in the pockets. See, my boo-boo is almost completely covered. And you won't have that boo-boo because you'll know what to do. See it? All right, now, you're gonna close here and here. Then we're gonna put the string on the outside. And we're almost done, hang on. Okay, going to go under here. I pull it tight, and then I make a little second loop-de-loop there to kind of knot it. This string, I always like for it to be shorter so I don't confuse it with my tie string. And now what you do, y'all know what I mean by loop-de-loop, an envelope closure. That's my technical term. Okay, just like this. All right, and I think I want that string to be a little shorter. All right, yay. All right, now, grab your cover piece that you printed front to back, because this is your signature cover. I'm gonna take a look at it. All right, I use this top red line here as a reference. That's where I want this to come, because we're gonna put a tag behind there. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You can put glue all over the back of this and put it down, and you're done on this page. But for me, the more flips and tucks and those sorts of things, the better, you know? So, and I'm gonna try not to put too much glue, because if you put too much glue or get too messy, you're gonna have to go back with a bone folder or even a butter knife and run it down in that pocket to open it up enough to put your tag in, because you've basically glued down your sides. You don't want to do that. So just take your time, run a little thin bead, center it up, just like this. I like that. And now it's important to burnish. That's gonna help that glue grab, okay? Now, we'll set this to the side. You want your whale tail, the little piece like this, and you want 2 of your photo 1 templates there on the pages. You have photo 1, photo 2, and photo 3. These are actually where you put them. These aren't the templates. The templates I was going to show you, they're on page 3, kit 3, but they're labeled with the word template, so you know you'll use this as a cutting guide on your photos. And I'm going to show you a neat little trick in a second that makes it super easy. Okay, but the first thing we want to do is take our whale tail, and you're going to put glue just a little kind of all over on the inside here, okay? Because you're going to glue it onto itself and this. I put the whale tail just over the edge here, the top line. I like Fabri-Tac because you got a little wiggle room in case you get it crooked. And if you'll notice on the back of this one, I inked also. I print on the backs of all of my images like this that are gonna, I just go ahead and do it, because sometimes on a page, you won't see the back of one element, but you will another. This way there's no start white, and you've got journaling lines on the back for these photos that we're about to put down, okay? Now, I'm gonna take the photo 1 display card here, put a little glue on it, and I'm gonna cover the end of that whale tail, just like that. Try not to get glue everywhere like I do. Okay, just like that. Then take the second one and come down here close to the bottom and do the same thing, okay? And now you want this little tag. This is gonna be, you could put it down this way, or you could put it down this way. I like to do it this way because the writing is still faint enough that's on it, the little typing, that you can write over it. Makes a little journaling card with a red edge that adds a little color, and we're about to add more too. take your little 7/780 tag that's inked around. I come up here to the top and right along the edge there, I use my stapler again, and trying not to catch my photo thing so I can still display a photo, I just put a staple, okay? And when this is dry, I hope that it's dry enough now I can show you. You can come in behind the back, yeah, and slide it in, and I leave my 780 tag hanging over the edge, okay? Now, what I wanted to show you, the little trick about your photo templates to make it really easy for sizing your photographs, for laying them down. I cut mine out, of course, you know, out like this. Then I get a piece of clear acetate, lay it on top, and cut around the edge, just like that, so that it's the same size as the template. And you could take a Sharpie and put a 1, 2, or 3 on them, but I can kind of tell by size because 1 is the smallest and they get larger, 2 and 3 on your photographs. You'll see the others in the other kits that we put together. Now this is a picture that I just printed out. It's from like a kit off of Etsy, but to make sure that it would fit on here, I took my clear acetate, laid it over the image, just like that, and marked it. You can use a pencil or you can just hold it if you can see the acetate clearly enough, and cut out around your picture. That allows you to center your picture, because if I were to just put this on top of an image, it may or may not be centered. But using the acetate allows for centering, okay? And then, this, I'm gonna show you what I mean by you can put family photos or vintage photos. And if you're not interested in scrapbooking, this set will help you do great collage work on the pages for journals that you're gonna be selling or giving away. Use your Fabri-Tac so you've got a little wiggle room there. Dun, 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 dun. And see, that's a vintage image. And you would have one here, and you would have one here and here. Cute, cute, cute. All right, that's page 1. Oh, let me tie this first before I put this back in here. That's page 1. And on my tags, I could do journaling on the back. I could add another small photograph and just journal on this. I think it's precious. And all of us want something that makes our journals look like it took forever to make and very complicated, and make people say, how did you do that? This kit is one of those things. All right, this is page 1. We're gonna do page 2 and 3 next video, and then we'll do page 4. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.